Takeaway 1. Why some voters dislike both parties. Many non-voters feel completely disconnected from both Democrats and Republicans. They see politicians as people who make big promises during elections, but fail to deliver once they are in power. Some feel that no matter which party wins, their daily struggles remain the same. A big reason for this frustration is that both parties spend a lot of time attacking each other instead of talking about real solutions. People want to hear about ways to lower healthcare costs, improve wages, and make housing more affordable. Instead, they often see political leaders focused on scandals, culture wars, or blaming the other side. For example, one voter in the focus group said that every time they turn on the news, it is just politicians yelling about how bad the other party is. They said, "I do not care about who is worse. I want to know how my rent is going to stop increasing every month." Now let's move to the next takeaway. Takeaway 2. The Liz Cheney controversy. Sarah Longwell and Jen Psaki had a debate over whether Kamala Harris should have worked with Liz Cheney during the 2024 election. Some Democrats saw Cheney as a powerful ally because she strongly opposed Trump and was willing to speak out against him. However, others felt that bringing in Cheney was a sign of weakness because she had spent most of her political career supporting Republican policies that many Democrats disliked. One key issue was whether Cheney would have actually helped convince moderate voters to support the Democratic Party. Some believed that her presence could have reassured independents and anti-Trump Republicans. Others thought she would have alienated progressive voters who see her as part of the same Republican establishment that they oppose. For example, one person in the discussion argued that Democrats should focus on their own message instead of relying on figures like Cheney. They said, "If you have to borrow credibility from a Republican to win, then maybe you are not standing for anything strong enough." Now let's move to the next takeaway. Takeaway 3. Do Democrats know how to fight? A lot of voters feel that Democrats do not fight hard enough against Republican attacks. They believe the Democratic Party often assumes that facts and logic will convince voters, while Republicans use emotional appeals, strong messaging, and aggressive tactics to control the narrative. Some people in the discussion said that Democrats need to learn how to take control of the conversation instead of always reacting to what Republicans say. They felt that Democratic leaders spend too much time explaining policies in a complicated way instead of creating simple, powerful messages that people can remember. For example, one voter pointed out that Republicans use phrases like, "Stop the steal," or "Make America Great Again," which are short and easy to understand. Meanwhile, Democrats often use long explanations about policy details that do not stick in people's minds. They said, "If you need a 5-minute speech to explain your point, you have already lost." Now let's move to the next takeaway. Takeaway 4. Why Kamala Harris struggles with voters. Kamala Harris remains a difficult figure for many voters to connect with. While some see her as an important voice for progress, others feel she has not done enough as vice president to stand out. Many people in the focus group felt that she has not taken the lead on enough major issues. Some voters also said that Harris sometimes comes across as too scripted. They feel that when she speaks, she sounds like she is delivering rehearsed lines instead of speaking naturally. This makes it hard for people to feel a real emotional connection with her. For example, one voter said that they were excited when Harris became vice president because they thought she would be a strong voice on racial justice and women's rights. But now they feel like she is rarely in the spotlight. They said, "I expected her to be out there leading, but half the time I forget she is even in office." Now let's move to the next takeaway. Takeaway 5. Why non-voters are giving up. A growing number of people are choosing not to vote because they feel like their voice does not matter. Some believe that elections are controlled by the wealthy and powerful, so their individual vote will not change anything. Others are simply exhausted by the endless political drama and negativity. Some non-voters also feel like both parties are too focused on culture wars instead of fixing real economic problems. They see debates about social issues dominating the news while their wages stay low, and their cost of living keeps rising. For example, one person said they used to vote in every election but stopped because nothing ever changed in their personal life. They said, "Every 4 years, they say it is the most important election of our lifetime. And every 4 years, I am still struggling to pay my bills." We're halfway through the video. Thank you for sticking with us this far. If you're enjoying it, please give us a thumbs up and share it in your WhatsApp groups. We'd love to hear your thoughts, so feel free to comment below. To see more videos like this, make sure to hit the subscribe button. Now let's continue with the video. Takeaway 6. Trump's influence is still strong. Despite facing multiple legal issues and controversies, Trump still has a strong hold on a large group of voters. Many Republicans see him as someone who fights against the political establishment and speaks his mind, even if they do not always agree with him. His supporters appreciate that he is not afraid to take on the media or political elites. Some people in the focus group even said that while they do not love everything about Trump, they respect that he never backs down. For example, one voter said, "I do not like everything Trump says, but at least I know what he stands for." With other politicians, I feel like they just say whatever they think will get them elected. Now let's move to the next takeaway. Takeaway 7. How social media shapes political views. Social media plays a major role in shaping how people see politics. Many voters now get most of their political news from platforms like TikTok, YouTube, and Twitter instead of traditional news sources. This makes it easier for misinformation to spread. Some people admitted that they find it hard to know what is true anymore because there are so many different versions of events being shared online. Others said they trust individual influencers more than mainstream news outlets. For example, one person said, "I do not even watch cable news anymore. I just follow a few political YouTubers. They seem more real than the people on TV." Now let's move to the next takeaway. Takeaway 8. What really matters to undecided voters. Undecided voters are not necessarily looking for a perfect candidate. What they really want is someone who feels relatable and has clear, achievable policies. Many people in the focus group said they are tired of politicians who focus only on attacking their opponents instead of offering real solutions. They also said that they are more likely to support a candidate who directly addresses issues like wages, healthcare, and housing, instead of just talking about abstract political ideas. For example, one undecided voter said, "I do not need to agree with a candidate on everything. I just need to believe that they actually care about fixing problems and not just winning arguments on TV." Now let's move to the next takeaway. Takeaway 9. Fear-based politics is effective. Even though many people say they do not like fear-based politics, the reality is that it works. Both parties use fear to motivate their voters. Republicans often warn about crime, immigration, and government control, while Democrats focus on threats to democracy and personal freedoms. Fear is a powerful emotion, and it often pushes people to take action in ways that positive messages do not. For example, one voter admitted that they were not planning to vote until they saw an ad about abortion rights being at risk. They said, "I do not trust politicians, but I trust that they will take away my rights if I do not vote." Now let's move to the last takeaway. Takeaway 10. Can Democrats win without big changes? The discussion ended with a big question. Can Democrats win future elections without making major changes? Many voters in the focus group felt that the party needs to do more to energize its base, especially young people and working-class Americans. Some people believe that if Democrats do not improve their messaging and outreach, they could continue losing support to Republicans or third-party candidates. For example, one voter said, "I used to vote Democrat, but I feel like they have lost touch with people like me. If they want my vote, they need to start talking about the issues that actually affect my life." Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed watching this video, please hit like below and share this video in your WhatsApp groups. You can also discuss about this video by commenting below. To get more such videos in your timeline, press the subscribe button below.